CHAMPS Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Hey everyone, welcome to National Have a Coke Day, National Coconut Cream Pie Day, National Student Nurse Day, National Military Spouse Appreciation Day, and National Provider Appreciation Day. Kudos to all of you and celebrate accordingly. Welcome to episode 28 of State Champs Live presented by Lawrence Tech. Over 100 degree programs offered at a university consistently ranked one of the best in the Midwest, according to U.S. News and World Report. Find out more at ltu.edu. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. My name is Lauren Plant. I want to first say that we originally had Daniela Bruce, who is a producer and host with the Detroit Red Wings, scheduled for today. She had a work obligation, prevented her from coming on, but we hope to have her scheduled to come back real soon. Daniela is a State Champs alum, so we always want to catch up and celebrate those who are a part of the State Champs family. So today it's a State Champs Scout Team Friday with the one and only Bernie's Bites himself, Scott Burnstein. We have revisiting of a terrific event that took place 10 years ago in the sport of hockey. All of that in just a few minutes. But first, let's check out the headlines for Friday, May 8th. Rule changes in store for some high school sports. The MHSAA announced several rule changes from its spring meeting of the Representative Council earlier this week. Hockey will be seated at the regional level, employing the MPR computer formula to ensure that the top two teams in each regional are on opposite sides of the bracket and cannot meet until the regional finals at the earliest. Brackets will be drawn 15 days prior to the start of regionals. The seeding process will change for basketball and soccer, with hockey included, for the top two seeded teams to earn byes if the bracket has multiple byes, with the remainder of the bracket randomly drawn. With an aim to help out football and basketball programs struggling with numbers, the MHSAA loosened the restrictions on the number of quarters a player may participate in per week, allowing athletes to contribute to teams on both the varsity and sub-varsity level at the same time. Football players may play in 5 quarters per week, but only 4 per day, and basketball players may compete in 5 quarters per day, but no more than 3 dates per week and 20 dates per season. The council waived the requirement for a physical for those athletes who got one last year. The council also allowed athletic directors to request a waiver for student athletes to wear competition uniforms to school-sponsored events recognizing this year's senior class. The council gave schools the option of waiving the annual Dead Week in the summer for this year. For a full list of the actions taken at this year's spring meeting, check out our post on the main page at statechampsnetwork.com. Hey NFL, Jim Harbaugh here. University of Michigan football coach Jim Harbaugh has always felt comfortable pushing the envelope, and this week was no different. In an open letter penned to the football community yesterday, Harbaugh outlined his ideas on changing the draft rules for football to empower college football players to be able to enter the NFL draft at any time during their college careers. Under Harbaugh's plan, players who enter the draft would be able to return to college if not taken within the first 224 picks or signed as an undrafted free agent. Harbaugh's letter went on to push for a model that includes 5 years of eligibility without a need for a red shirt, elimination of the 25 scholarship limit for programs per year, the continuation of the current grad transfer rule, as well as the adoption of his pet proposal, the one-time transfer rule, which would allow a player to transfer once without having to sit out a year at their transfer destination. Make Jim Harbaugh the commissioner of the NCAA. I like all those ideas. All right, those are the headlines. Let's get to today's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. Which game system are you using most to play video games during the quarantine? PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, or your personal computer. Find State Champs Michigan on Twitter. Please vote for today's question of the day. We'll read the results tomorrow. All right, today on Live, we're joined by a man who's been covering high school sports for the Oakland Press and State Champs for 13 years. His name is Scott Burnstein. What's up, buddy? Thanks for taking some time to come on the show. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I miss you guys.
I know, man. It's been a while, no doubt about it. Bernie does a ton of recruiting work for our network. New blogs and stories are posted multiple times a week. Just click on the blog icon on the homepage at statechampsnetwork.com and then click Scout Team. All right, let's get into it. Let's start in football. David Holloman, the running back from Auburn Hills, Avondale, has committed.
Yeah, the fastest player in the state. He has been clocked at a 4.21. Committed to Indiana. He's headed to the Big Ten. One of the true home run threats out of Metro Detroit. Ran for 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns last year on only 100 touches. So he's very efficient. And, they say speed kills, and he's a lethal weapon.
No doubt. You've got a top 5 of some of the hottest football recruits in the state right now. Let's get into it. I'll give you the name. You give us the goods. Byron Center junior linebacker Austin Roon.
Yeah, I love Rooney. He's an outside linebacker with all the tools for a big-time college career. He's just starting to get some traction on his recruiting in terms of the Power 5. Got his first 2 Power 5 offers from Arizona State and Syracuse last week. He is a real treasure from Byron Center.
How about the River Rouge junior quarterback Marion Rabowski?
Yeah, he's the MHSAA's own version of Cam Newton. Just a specimen of a quarterback. Got his first SEC offer from Ole Miss this week.
How about the Grand Rapids Catholic Central sophomore safety Nolan Ziegler?
Yeah, I really love what Ziegler brings to the table as a safety, a quarterback of a back end of a defense. He got his first Power 5 offer this week from Nebraska. He's rangy, he's athletic, he's intelligent, just a guy that will bode very well at the next level for whoever grabs him.
All right, how about a big man, the Cass Tech sophomore offensive lineman Jackson Pruitt?
Yeah, this is a real sleeper in the recruiting world out of the PSL, out of the blue chip factory that is Cass Tech. Not a lot of talk about him right now, but I sense there will be in the years to come. He's only a 10th grader, class of 2022, and in the recent weeks, he's gotten offers from Maryland, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Colorado. He's the definition of what you want in a pulling guard.
And another sophomore from Sterling Heights, Stevenson, the running back, Jordan Ramsey. What's up?
Yeah, I think Ramsey could be that guy out of the MAC that just explodes over the next, let's say, 3 to 4 months before the season starts. From what I'm hearing, Michigan is on the verge of putting an offer on the table for him. He really showed what he could do last year in that tournament run, and he is a human highlight reel when he gets rolling.
All right, if you have any questions regarding recruiting or anything high school sports related, Scott will give you his opinion. Now's the time to do it on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. We'll get to them in just a couple of minutes. Let's switch gears and get to basketball. Got to get your comments on a couple of guys who committed. First off, the big one, Detroit Douglas forward Pierre Brooks Jr. going to MSU.
Yeah, for my money, he's the front runner right now for Mr. Basketball 2021. Just everything you want in a wing. He already has a physique that's college ready. I used to refer to him as just a pure scorer, but not a great shooter. And then I've changed my scouting profile of him this last year. He's a great scorer, a great shooter, someone that plays with a lot of tenacity, a lot of emotion, and I think that he has a very bright future for Tom Izzo and those Spartans. He's someone that I think that can step on campus and contribute right away. That's the type of dynamic athlete he is.
Yeah, another guy we're keeping an eye on for sure who I think has a very high ceiling, and that is out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the guard, Julian Roper. He's committed to a Big Ten school.
Yeah, he committed to Northwestern this week. Another candidate for Mr. Basketball 2021. Averaged 18 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals a game last year. One of the most explosive players in the open floor. just a tremendous finisher, a guy that I think is underrated as a shooter, and a guy that can get heated in a hurry. I've seen games when he's reeled off 12, 14 straight and just he can really take over a game. Again, a kind of a sleeper, I think, in the Mr. Basketball race for 2021. Northwestern has one heck of a talent coming on campus, and Northwestern's been doing a great job recruiting the Metro Detroit area. Coach Chris Collins has John Borvik on his staff, the former Birmingham Seaholm Maple, former captain of the Central Michigan Chippewas. He got Matt Nicholson a couple months ago, the Mr. Basketball candidate from 2020, the center from Clarkston. Now he gets Julian Roper.
I know, absolutely. They're doing big things out there. All right, we're going to be getting to your questions next. But first, this is what happened this week in state champs history, and this was an historic event. Back in 1999, a terrible incident shocked the Michigan high school hockey world. Detroit Catholic Central and Trenton going at it on the ice when, in the third period, with the game tied, Trenton's Kirk Latart's throat was accidentally slashed by a skate. Of course, the game ended and Latart survived. Flash forward to Mother's Day weekend 2010. Gatorade and the Fox Sports Network introduced the replay series, and the 1999 Trenton CC game was chosen. They would finish the game. Played at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth. Scotty Bowman, the honorary coach for CC. Brendan Shanahan behind the bench for the Trojans. The same guys able to come back and finish the game only 11 years later. Trenton got 2 goals by Alec Lesko, and the Trojans went on to win 4-2. And yes, Kirk Latart returned to play as well. This week in State Champs history, presented by Lawrence Tech Athletics. Recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. All right, let's get to today's questions or comments from our state champs, Scout Team Scott Burnstein. Let's see what we got here, Scott. We have one that I want to get to. We have some of our staff jumping in too, but let me get to this. Well, that was just actually a comment. How about this? What do you think about U of M Dearborn offering both 2021 basketball recruits, Bendel's Dayton Miles and Lyndon's Lund? Anything?
I love Blake Lund. I saw him as a freshman, and I fell in love with his game. I think he's someone that would just do great at U of M Dearborn, someone that can kind of step in and make an impact right away. I think Blake Lund is everything you want in a college basketball recruit. I'm actually surprised that he's not getting more mid-major or low-level Division I interest. That's the type of talent he is.
Are you? Do you have any updates on what's going on with Zach Traynor from Walled Lake Western?
You know what? Zach Traynor threw for almost 4,000 yards last year, 44 touchdowns. You can make an argument he's the best quarterback in the state. Brendan Sullivan obviously would have something to say about that. Davidson's quarterback that just committed to Northwestern a week or two ago. But it seems like right now we're kind of at a standstill with Zach. He hasn't got any offers in the last couple weeks or months. I know he's got a handful of mid-major offers, but I would expect by the time we hit the start of the season, come August or September, he'll have a lot more offers. And I don't know what else you need to know about him. He has the physique. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. Looks like he's got a college physique right now. Throws a great ball. Has all the composure and moxie you would want in the huddle. And then the stats don't lie. Last year, he just was a stat machine, a yardage monger, and he missed like 3 games. So he threw, he would have well been over 4,000 yards and probably 50 touchdowns. He would have played the whole season. So I think it's only a matter of time before some of the bigger schools enter the picture on his recruiting.
Well, we certainly debated long and hard in the Mr. Football race for that young man this season. There's no doubt about it. All right, hey, man, thanks for filling in. We appreciate you coming in. Let's do it again very soon. Be well.
Thanks, LP.
Okay, let's take a look at today's MHSAA clip of the day. And that's your MHSAA Clip of the Day. And that was a freshman that was throwing that ball. So, hey, we want your short video clips to be today's Clip of the Day. Send us a link to your clip on any of our social media platforms. We'll check it out. Do you know that your posture affects your performance? Check out this sample of DMC's Game Changers.
Did you know using today's technology, computers and cell phones can affect your sports performance? And so what do we need to do is look at, do your shoulders round forward and does your back come forward like this? So if you think your posture is affecting your sports performance, come for a full upper extremity evaluation and see the professionals at the DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine.
You can watch the full 2-minute video, learn how Laura Ramos helps you recognize if you have posture issues and how to fix it. You can find all of our Game Changer segments by downloading our free State Champs Sports app or at statechampsnetwork.com or on any of our social media channels, including the convenient playlist we put together on the State Champs TV YouTube page. Hey, State Champs RoboZone, your home for competitive robotics. Search RoboZone Show for all kinds of content. Michigan has more world champions than any other state in the country by far. See why we are number one on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, our app, and Instagram. The State Champs Esports League of Legends high school playoffs are underway, will continue throughout the month of May. Check out Michigan high schools competing for the ultimate honor as state champ. You can find all the action on the State Champs Esports Twitch channel. We also have a lot of other fun game action there, especially some classic games. You just might get hooked. All right, let's check out the results of yesterday's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. Over 100 of you weighed in on which sport would you like to see added as the next official MHSAA sport, and it looks like boys volleyball was the selection, so there you go. Big Show Monday on Live. Former Detroit Crockett, Michigan Wolverine, longtime Philadelphia Eagle, Brandon Graham will join us. We'll talk about how his life changed since winning a Super Bowl a few years ago. We'll talk about the Crockett Rockets and will the Wolverines ever beat Ohio State? And if you know of a guest or a topic we should talk to or about here on Live, please email our show coordinator, Amanda. Her email address is amanda@yellowflagproductions.com. Have a great day. We'll see you back here Monday for another episode of State Champs Live.
Right now, we are all longing for the roar of a crowd, the excitement of a stadium filled with cheering fans, and the ecstasy of celebrating a hard-fought victory. Right now, we're all on the same team, and we must do our part to make sure as many students, athletes, coaches, teachers, parents, and loved ones are there when we have the luxury to resume our rivalries and start rooting for our teams once again. Stay home and stay safe.
State Champs Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.